Trump's campaign is still having hacking issues. This time, a 271-page dossier on Senator J.D. Vance, dated February 23rd, 2024, was sent to popular information writer Judd Legum. The person who sent the dossier suggested he was the same person who also provided the stolen internal Trump campaign materials to Politico, the New York Times, and the Washington Post in July and August. Legum was also sent a dozen purported emails to and from top campaign staff. Those emails span an 11-month period from October 2023 to August 2024. Plus, Legum received a letter from an attorney representing Trump to 3 individuals at the New York Times, which had not been made public. This letter was eventually verified. Now, documents on North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum and Senator Marco Rubio were also sent. These are from 2024, and all were labeled privileged and confidential. Legum and his site Popular Information have said they will not publish or excerpt the Trump campaign materials, writing that they are, quote, stolen, and publishing the documents would be a violation of privacy and could encourage future criminal acts. Other news outlets have made similar decisions, believing that the material would not benefit voters and could interfere with the election process. Legum suggested that it could all be tied to a foreign actor, and he pointed out a threat analysis published by Microsoft that said in June, Mint Sandstorm, a group run by the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps Intelligence Unit, sent a spear-phishing email to a high-ranking official of a presidential campaign from a compromised email account of a former senior advisor. The following day, the Trump campaign said it was the victim of a hack by a foreign actor. Meanwhile, last week, Politico reported that Iranian hackers had sent sensitive information stolen from the Trump campaign to President Biden's campaign in June and July.
And let's not forget 2016, when top Democratic Party officials were hacked shortly before the presidential election, and that resulted in the leak of embarrassing emails to and from Hillary Clinton. A Clinton aide reacting to the Trump campaign leaks told Time, quote, "This double standard is unconscionable," unquote, and said there was never this level of cautiousness on any story when Clinton was the victim of illegal hacks, let alone one with potentially salacious details.
So I do think there is a double standard here in that the Clinton stuff was published and the Trump stuff has not been. But I would say it's going in the wrong direction, because I just think I think they should publish or could publish the information about Trump. It was obtained illicitly, but the people who obtained it illicitly are the ones violating the law. I mean, this is no different than the Pentagon Papers or Julian Assange. You have the right to publish information you obtain. If you obtained it illegally, then you've broken the law, but no one is alleging that's the case here. So I don't know why it is not being published, frankly.
Yeah, I mean, the key question is the veracity of the information, and there does not seem to be a huge question mark around that, right?
Yeah, they shouldn't publish, the Steele dossier, unsubstantiated.
Or any other just false information. But, the Clinton people kind of annoyed me in 2016 because a lot of it was rather sanctimonious.
You and me both, brother. Oh, my God.
I mean, the point about it was, no source ever in journalism is acting out of saintly or martyrdom motives. People always have a selfish motivation to give you stuff, to provide information, to provide stories. And so to then sort of pontificate as to the rights and wrongs of the source of the information seems to me less important than, is the information accurate? Now, what we have here in the Trump case appears to be, because they haven't leaked these documents to me, sadly.
Hint.
Any time. What appears to be the case is these news organizations have, they are queasy about the origins of the information, but B, they're making the argument that the information is not in the public interest, even though it may be of interest to the public, right? It's not somehow, or at least that seems Legum's argument, that it's not significant enough information to publish.
There might be something to it. It certainly doesn't sound that significant. What it sounds was like vetting documents for the Trump campaign going through Doug Burgum, Marco Rubio, and the eventual pick, J.D. Vance, and weighing their strengths and negatives, mostly based on, I think almost entirely based on information we already know. It's already known. It sounds like, based on what Politico and the New York Times said, I can't remember which outlet specifically, that the Trump campaign vetted J.D. Vance. It was like, oh crap, he called Trump a Hitler Nazi a bunch of times in 2015 or 2016.
Which we all know.
Which we all know. So it doesn't maybe matter that much. Maybe it's interesting exactly to see how the Trump campaign thought about that they use language like, that's a potential vulnerability. So it just doesn't seem like a big deal either way. But it not being a big deal might argue also for then just publishing it. It's like we don't have to weigh that this is the gravity of this because it's just not. It's already publicly known information. Maybe that cuts both ways. I don't know.
Do you think? Hopefully, this isn't too naive a question, but do you think there's any sense in which Trump may be a beneficiary of the backlash against the Hillary stuff? The argument was, in her case, well, it's publishing foreign information. Could it be that he now is benefiting from that skepticism?
Which is the height of ironies, because again, as you and I very much agree on this, that was really kind of a BS argument last time.
Absolutely.
They were so whiny about it, the Hillary Clinton campaign people, about you coming up with, and, and campaigns are always whiny about this. Mitt Romney's people were, mad about the
video and the 47%.
Right, which that was a private conversation, and it wasn't treated like a private conversation by the media outlet that got a hold of it. I think that was Mother Jones or something like that.
That's my recollection.
And you know what? Tough cookies. That's the way it goes. Hillary Clinton's people were the same way. This is like the information. They treated it like there was something suspect about it because it was foreign origin.
Right.
You can't just delegitimize it because some foreign actor shared it or has an interest in releasing it. Right. And a lot of kind of mainstream Democratic people have gone down that way of thinking. They're like, no, this is misinformation, disinformation, et cetera, because it benefits some foreign power. Well, is it true information? That's what we're really interested in. People have to judge for themselves what they do about it.
Well, I remember making that very argument on Twitter, as it then was, to somebody. It wasn't a Clinton campaign person, but it was some sort of somewhat liberal good government type around 2016 or the aftermath. And of course, I got absolutely bombarded with antagonism, but that's par for the course. One other sort of side issue on this point, Robby, do you think it's weird that Legum has this attorney's letter that is from much more recent provenance than the initial leak? It appears that whoever the foreign actor is, whether it's Iran or someone else, still has the capacity to extract
That they were able
stuff.
to get new information.
New information.
That is what it sounds like. It was a little. I was trying to get the timeline exactly straight. Right. It looks like the information that was sent to Legum was the other stuff plus some new stuff.
Exactly.
So that does suggest that he was able to get, or whoever the actor is, was able to get some new stuff.
Yeah, which is a bit weird. I would feel disconcerted if
about
the Trump campaign.
Trump campaign cybersecurity.
Exactly. If there's
Change your password, guys. No more password 1234. You gotta
two-factor authentication.
put it in. Oh, God, I hate two-factor authentication. It is so hard to log into everything these days.
You're not running a presidential campaign, though. Yeah.
I'm going to be an old man yelling at a cloud with all these hoops we have to jump through just to log into things these days. That does it for us today on Rising. Thanks so much for tuning in. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss any content. And for those of you who like to listen while on the go, we're now available anywhere you can find podcasts. See you tomorrow.